What's happening, Darren? How are you?
I'm fine because I'm speaking to Brian Krause. Is your day going fine aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again?
Uh, yeah, there's been quite a few different ones, so I'm on my toes.
You're on your toes. Usually, when I'm interviewing somebody, you have to make a lot out of a little, where like they only have one movie, they only have one upcoming project, and you're kind of working nonstop lately. So it's not like Breakout is everything you got, but let's talk about Breakout. When did you actually film it?
Boy, year and a half ago, almost October 20. The last 3 years kind of go together, so excuse me, but about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I get a lot of Brandon Slagle junket offers who are like, would you like to talk about his new movie? And you go, he has another movie? Uh,
He is so busy, and that was the first time I met him. I had met Devaney before, his wife, and that's kind of how I came about the project. Told me about this project Brandon had, and yeah, and then of course Louis Mandylor, who I had met on Charmed years ago,
mhm,
and I was fortunate enough to work with Tom Sizemore uh,
mhm.
years ago as well on a movie called Protecting the King, and I was all in. I love what they're doing as individuals and couples, and they're motivated and they're busting it out and they're kicking ass, and it's pretty fun to be around. And James Cullen producing is a good bunch of people. So it was challenging. A lot of dialogue in a short amount of days. It's unbelievable what they can get done in such a short amount of time.
Do you remember around how many days you were on set for this one?
Three, four,
Oh, so
like
you were doing the Nicolas Cage thing where you go, you got me for three, otherwise
yeah. I
lost.
mean, I think the whole shoot was 12 days, 14 days. I
Sure.
mean, it was, uh, it was a lot of dialogue all in. It was a lot. It was a lot.
And you pulled it off and
Yeah, thanks.
it got released to say the least. And so that's fantastic that it happened. It took a while to come out. Did you have any idea that it was going to take so long to come out, this particular film?
I knew there was a lot of CGI and graphics that they were going to have to do, and doing it independently, not having a gigantic team. It's the first time I've been a part of an action movie that had to do that, besides long ago or a television show that had kind of unlimited funds. So uh,
Right.
just playing the role itself is something, I don't get, I'm not able to, haven't been able to do much so, I didn't know what to expect.
Well,
Uh,
you mentioned the magic word charm before, and you also said television show. And in the last year or two, you've reinvented yourself as a podcaster. And that podcast that you do related to Charmed is that does huge numbers. That's getting more listens than 99% of podcasts, wouldn't you say?
I don't know the specifics of numbers, but I do know that we're growing, and I've been attending Comic Cons,
Yeah.
uh, you know, all over the place, and going to, overseas this year, and we're more and more people are listening to it, and it's fun for me to go back and watch, things I don't remember, like, you know, like, oh yeah. So to rewatch it, and it still holds up today. The show, and our fans are some of the most amazing people I've met ever, and I can't believe I've been a part of something that has carried on for so long. I grew up watching Happy Days and all the reruns, Leave It to Beavers, and everything. I think like anybody else, and
Right.
to actually be on a show that is kind of that in a rerun, that new people are finding the show all the time. It boggles my mind. People are like, "You're Leo? Like, what happened?" Like,
No,
I'm like,
no.
we all get older. Yeah.
But
No, I
you
want to
talk,
see you in 25 years.
hey, keep on doing whatever you're doing. But very few shows get past that 100 episode mark where they can be syndicated. I'd have to imagine that Charmed is one of those on and over 100 country shows because all the WB shows, that seems to be the case.
It's around the world. Surprisingly, I meet people from, Eastern Europe to the Middle East to Australia to, Asia. It's crazy. You know, I have to say, what the girls created, Shannon Doherty, you know, Holly Marie Combs, Rose McGowan, and Alyssa. They transformed television in a way. They were the first
Mhm.
ones to, an all-female led show that wasn't afraid to tackle current topics, social issues, and it's more of what we see today, and it still resonates. And the greater good always wins. And I think at the end of the day, the show says you're allowed to be different, and your family is who you make it. And if you
Yeah.
do the right thing, good things happen. So, that transcends eras, I think.
Well, calling back to what I mentioned before, you became a podcaster in the last year or
Yeah.
two, and that's going really well. Breakout is yet another movie of yours, but you've also found success as a producer and a director. So it's this really multifaceted career where you have a lot of different job titles. Is this ultimately where you wanted to be all along, or is it a happy accident?
Oh, man. Well, I think initially for me, my goal was to be an actor for life. I think
Mhm.
that was my goal. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Whatever that is, is it could be me doing community theater and working in a restaurant. I don't know. As it grows and grows, there's stories I want to tell with the camera, behind the scenes. I'm just barely dipping my toe into that end of things. But I'd like to see it go forward in that direction for sure.
Are you, I'd say, what the next movie is, or is it Breakout forever as long as we, the fans, could know?
Well, Breakout's out, and there's also a Western, an independent Western called Homestead that's releasing as well. Um, and Diamond Dallas Page is in that one. Anyway, I got a chance to play, a mini Western, I suppose. That's why the mustache.
I
And
could talk to
then
you for hours about DDP. He wrote the forward to my new book that's
he
coming
did.
out. Yeah. Did he get you to do DDPY while you were on set?
So we were all, this is during the pandemic, 2020,
Yeah.
6 months into it. And this kid, Erlen and Amna, the two of them had written this movie and got private funding. And Jamie Bernadette, if you know her as an actress, she showed me the script and said, "Hey, come and do this." And DDPY's in it, Markov, Greg Creek. It's a good cast, and Betsy Sly, this great young actress. And he put something together with no budget during the pandemic. And so we were all stuck in this hotel in Hollister, Central California. And DDPY, he was busting out. Come on, come to the pool. We're getting up. We're moving, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So you're doing the DDPY Diamond Cutter right
Yeah.
there.
Well, I
So,
mean, legendary.
well, when you're not busy with this multifaceted career, where does the free time usually go? And that's the second to last question for you, Brian.
you know, Trying to get out of my own head.
Like an artist. Yeah.
I love golf. I love to be out there on the golf course and just listen to the birds and, spray the ball all over the place and, pretend whatever. But it's a nice place to disappear for me. I run, I jog here and there, not as much as I used to, but I just took up drawing as a way to kind of clear the mind. And I won't show you anything, but I'm getting there. I bought a book for the absolute beginner. And I'm lucky. I go to these Comic Cons, and I make befriended some artists, and look at what they do. But it's a nice way. I just want to be able to draw what I see if I travel
Right.
somewhere. I don't need detail, I suppose.
So that's yet another facet that you're creative in. So the Brian Krause mysteries just continue. And the last question I got for you, what's the last concert that you went to for fun?
Oh my gosh, last concert. Hmm.
That's usually a thing that stumps people. When you say, what are you watching on TV these days? They go, I don't know. What am I? I watch every day. What am I watching? Same thing with the concerts. They go, I don't know.
Well, I saw my son perform in kind of like a jam session at a kava bar in Boulder about 2 months ago, and it was the first time I really ever seen him perform. He was playing keyboards and got on the trumpet, and it was that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Before that, a concert. God, it's probably a long time ago, pre-pandemic, I would imagine.
So we've
Besides,
learned Brian Krause is not a concert guy.
I haven't been. I don't know that I've been to one since 2020.
Right. Well, not the only person to say that, but hey, thank you for your time and looking forward to the next film. And I'll send your best to DDP.
Oh yeah, right on. All right,
Thanks, Brian. Have a great rest of the day. Take care.
all right, you too. See ya.
Bye now.
Paltrocast.